All right. Shalom, shalom. The Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. First off and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of all of Israel, which are the elder apostles of Great Millstone out of New York City. Salutations to the elect that's kicking this word in truth and in sincerity with all charity. I'm Brother Shapaya from GMS Chicago. And really what I want to get into today is one scripture. All right. And if the Spirit allow me, through permission, I'm going to bring the scripture out. It hasn't really been broadened out a lot like that. Well, from my experience since I've been in this truth. But through the Spirit, I believe Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, sups with me. And through the Spirit and with confidence, I believe through the Spirit, once again, this is all through the Spirit, I believe in the breakdown that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has revealed into me about this one scripture, because there's no other way around it, all right? But with no further ado, this is really for you scoffers, man, all right? If Israel is the most populous nation on this planet Earth, Scripture said we are as the seas, as the sand of the sea, and as the stars of heaven. By default, that means Israel has to look like other nations. There's no other way around that, man. By default, we will have to look like the other nations, all right? But I'm gonna jump straight into it. No further ado. The scripture is Isaiah 16:4, and I'm gonna go into words too in scriptures. All right. This is Isaiah 16:4. It says, "Let mine outcast dwell with thee, Moab." Now, who's the outcast of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai? All right. Read Isaiah the 11th chapter. All right. Read Isaiah the 11th chapter. All right. Read Peter's. Read James. All right. The dispersed, the scattered abroad. Those are the outcasts, Israelites. All right. Matter of fact, let me go into this word outcast. All right. The Hebrew word is nadach. All right. It says to thrust, to drive away, to banish. Were we not driven out of the land of Israel? All right. Did we not get casted out of the land of Israel? All right. Driven away, thirst away. All right. That's pretty simple. So you can link, matter of fact, just so you guys can see all the evidence behind the scripture, because the scriptures say precept must be among precept. Here a little, there a little. So for edification's sake, I will bring out precepts. This is Jeremiah 30:17. For I will restore the health unto thee, and I will heal thee by thy wounds, saith Yahweh, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeth after. Because we're not in our home, homeland. The mass majority does not recognize us as Israelites. All right. So that's one scripture of who the outcast is. Now, like I said, Isaiah 11:12 is a perfect one. Isaiah 56:8. Yahweh thy power, which gathereth the outcast of Israel, saith, Yet will I gather others unto him besides those which are gathered unto him. All right, which is the mixed multitude. All right, it's the 1/3. All right. Because the Lord said it's simple. The Lord said he's going to gather the outcasts of Israel, man. So it's clear who the outcast is according to Isaiah 16:4. So in this context, the outcast, and from the word I looked up, the outcast is Israel. All right. And like I said, I'm gonna deal with this one scripture, but I want to break it down word for word for you scoffers, man. All right. I'm just read the Isaiah 11:12 because I quoted it. It says, and he shall set up an ensign to the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. All right. So by now, you guys should get who the outcast is. All right. It took 5 minutes for it to come out, but I want to make sure I'm getting this out on point. All right. I'm gonna go from there back to the scripture. All right. This is back to the Isaiah 16:4. Let my outcasts dwell with thee, Moab. Now you guys know who Moab is. All right, the so-called Chinese. All right. It says, let my outcasts dwell. So let's get the word dwell, man. To sojourn, abide, dwell in. To inhabit, be a stranger. All right. Okay. So now that we got the understanding on that word, all right, it says, shall dwell in with thee, Moab. Be thou a convert, a covert to them from the face of the spoiler. All right. So what does convert mean? It's like a covering. All right. Now I'm gonna go actually into the word. It says kathar, I believe. Kathar, right? Covering, shelter, hiding place, secrecy, covering, shelter. All right. So, which basically means you're going to have Israelites that's hiding in the land of Moab. But on a spiritual level, you have Israelites in the land of Moab that looks like Moabites, that talks like Moabites. All right. It's really that simple. All right. How many how many so-called Chinese people do you see over there break dancing, rapping, pop locking, doing all this salty ass shit? And I say salty as in flavorful. All right. And you guys think they're gooks. If you watch an actual gook, a gook has no rhythm. Honestly, a true gook has no rhythm. So when you see all these young Moabites doing all these break dances, dressing like Jake, doing all this, they're Israelites, man. What's so hard to get about that? And the scriptures, this scripture right here proves it. All right. So I'm gonna go back to the word convert. I'm gonna start over. Let my outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Be thou a convert to them from the face of the spoiler. So who the hell is the spoiler? All right. All right. It's this is the Hebrew word for spoiler, which is shaddad. Shaddad. All right. To deal violently. Hey, does not the kingdom of heaven suffer violence? To destroy, devastate, despoil, devastator. What scriptures come in my mind? Obadiah 1:10, Amos 1:11, all right? Ezekiel the 35th chapter, all right? And a plethora more, all right? So Esau is the spoiler, all right? For the extortioner, all right? So let's look up this Hebrew word for extortioner, all right? Squeezer, extortioner, oppressor. So who's the oppressing city? All right? Who's the oppressor? All right? Who is that? Who's the destroying mountain? Because he called him a spoiler, a destroyer. All right? So I'm gonna start this over now that we went into a few words so it all could flow. Now that we have the understanding on certain words. All right? Isaiah 16:4. And Salakia is taking a little minute to come out. I just want to make sure these definitions are brought out along with certain precepts. Like I said, I'm quoting precepts off the top. It's up to you guys to actually look them up. All right? Isaiah 16:4. Let my outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Be thou a convert to them from the face of the spoiler. For the extortioner is at an end. Who's at an end? Read 2 Ezra 6. The end of Esau is the beginning of Jacob, man. So Esau's world is at an end, all right? So this has to be talking about now, all right? The extortioner is at an end. The spoiler ceaseth. The oppressors are consumed out of the land. So now, because we already know who the oppressor is, let's look up this word oppressor in Hebrew, all right? It says ramak, to trample. was not the temple and the holy people of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua trampled under by the Gentiles? More importantly, the Romans. Adios, Yemo. Okay. So now that we got understanding on that word, the spoiler ceases, the oppressors are consumed out of the land. All right, so now with the understanding on all those words, what do you guys think, man? You scoffers? Because I just clearly gave you scriptures, and I gave you definitions of words and etymology of words and root words as my elders have taught me. And let me just say this, if I'm wrong with this breakdown, may Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua put the, first of all, may the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua correct me. And Salakia, if you brothers you know, I can't even think of the word, because if I am going off, which through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, I don't think I am. I think this is correct. And I say it with confidence because in this truth, you got to have confidence when you are preaching this word. But even if I am wrong, my elders will correct me, you know, or whatnot. I'll get reproved or whatnot. And ultimately, that's, you know, that's what is what's supposed to happen, man. All right. If I am wrong through the spirit, but through the spirit, I don't think I am. So what do you guys think about that scripture? You fucking scoffers, break it down. All right. There's plenty of more scriptures to break down. All right. Ephraim has mixed himself around among the nations. Ephraim is a cake that is not turned. All right. Confusions of faces. All right. That's exactly what basically Isaiah 16:4 is. Confusion of faces, man. All right. So break it down, man. Like I said, yeah, it was one scripture. It kind of dragged because I want to get, you know, certain points out. So, hey, what do you brothers think? All right. And for you scoffers, break that down, man. Break that down, man. All right. Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the elder apostles of all Israel, which are the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect that's kicking this word in truth and in sincerity. With that, shalom. Until next time.